I must admit, I didn't really know Robert Wagner from anything before NCIS, but I do know that he's a legend. And I have to reiterate, he is perfectly cast as Tony's father. I love that they brought him back, and I don't know if this beats Broken Arrow, but it was still really good. Both Tonys and Gibbs were phenomenal. My gut's telling me, this episode was kind of average, but not in a negative way. Like, average including all of NCIS, not average as in speaking just of recent seasons, which is normally how I consider average episodes nowadays. We all know NCIS is not as good as it used to be, it's just we've accepted it, we're trying to move forward. Anyway, this episode, there were some good moments, but some issues. So, good moments for this episode. I liked Tony finagling his way past Ned the probie. I also like in that scene how they name drop Susan Grady, who was in like 2 episodes a season or 2 ago. I think she had a thing with Mickey, but I just love throwbacks like that to like old characters or incidents. It's so great for continuity. And I love how an employee of NCIS would dress up as Gibbs for Halloween. It's perfect. I think one season we need to get to actually see their NCIS Christmas or Halloween party that they have. Oh, it'd be so great. But back to Ned, I really wouldn't mind seeing him pop up again. He was pretty good. And as I was watching the scene, I really thought that Tony put X-Lax in the cake to get the guy to abandon his post. That just seems like the kind of thing he'd do. I also love how Tony sticks Ziva with the cold case files and then they come back to him. Just a nice bit of karma. And I love how Tony Sr.'s like, why you no get with Ziva? What is wrong with you? Tony Sr. is Team Diva. Oh my god, and the whole sequence with Tony Sr. and Gibbs, when Gibbs tells him that Tony only really wants a father. So brilliant. Oh, and the jokes about Gibbs shooting Tony Sr., those were both great. Another great part was Tony McGee fighting over the folder. I kind of almost considered a throwback to Leap of Faith, that scene where they both fight over Tony's cell phone, though the one in Leap of Faith was considerably much funnier, but this one was still pretty good. And finally, I love the ending scene. How could you not? Tony, his dad, Gibbs, the love. The love. I love those 3 together. They're amazing. Only 2 real issues with this episode. One, how come Gibbs is immediately allowed to go all cowboy when it's personal? As soon as the same thing happens to Tony, everyone's like, what are you doing? Sit down. Sit down. Here's some files. You work on that. You stay at your desk. What are you trying to do here? You think you're Gibbs? No. And suddenly everyone remembers about the law and conflict of interest. Now, I mean, there's probably a few exceptions. I honestly can no longer remember every episode, but generally those things are totally foreign to NCIS. That's why it was so awkward when that lawyer lady showed up and everyone immediately hated her because she kept quoting like laws and rules. Those kinds of things are foreign to Gibbs in the audience. Take your laws and go back to your order. So anyway, Tony had to go sit in the corner for a chunk of this episode because we remembered that it wouldn't be a good idea if he was investigating, his own father's involvement. But thankfully, like most episodes, he did eventually get to do things and help and go rogue, which is normal, so it wasn't really that big of a deal, but at the beginning I was like, what is this? It kind of righted itself by the end, but it kind of, I don't know, in the beginning it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But then again, I get really upset when Tony gets shunted. And this episode, as I was watching it was reminding me of something, and I couldn't think of it. But then Mevers30 pointed out on a comment on my last video. It's exactly like Twisted Sister. You remember that episode? McGee's sister shows up, there's blood everywhere, and she can't remember what happened, but it appears that she's killed someone. But really, it's just a frame-up. It was really similar, and I'm sorry NCIS and people who thought it was going to have to deduct points from it, because it's such a pet peeve of mine when they recycle old plot lines. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. It was good. I liked it. So I'm pretty sure we're getting a Christmas episode, but there's no press release yet, so whenever that rolls around, I'll see you guys for a review.